Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you some Amazon dupes. It is high-end rustic decor for cheap, and also this video is part of the collaboration that I'm doing with a couple of my friends over here on YouTube. I'll talk about it in a little bit after the first DIY. Let's go ahead and get started. Dupe number one. I saw this beautiful shelf and even though it's a little bit bigger than the one that I recreated, still it was $24.29, and I knew I could definitely recreate this for way less. And I'm going to show you now how. Okay, so I went ahead and gotten this, I think it's a pie pan from my thrift store. It was $1.99, but if you don't find that, you can certainly get it in a dollar store or Walmart for $1.98 or a dollar, similar thing. I am taking a piece of this ruler from the hardware store, and then I cut out, or actually marked where I'm going to cut it out with my miter saw. This is how it looks like when I cut it. And now I'm going to sand out these ruler marks with just a sanding block from the Dollar Tree. After I'm done with that, I'm going to take my folk art antique wax and I will give this piece of wood one coat. I'm using a wet wipe, and that way it is really not so thick. It kind of watered down even more this wax. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the white, black, and gray paint that I got mixing these two, so black and white paint. And I'm going to take a little sponge and alternate, just kind of dabbing it all the way around. I'm starting with the gray, then after that I am getting the white one, and then after that I'm going to do black, and then go back and forth until I'm completely happy the way it looks like. I am actually, as you can see, galvanizing this, or actually making it look galvanized, and similar to the inspiration piece. This is how it looks like when everything was done. And now I'm going to dry it completely, and then after that give it one good coat of a Mod Podge. I wanted to make sure everything is nicely protected and it doesn't scratch off. Okay, after I was done with that, I took my wood and then this Gorilla super glue and hot glue, and mixture of those two to actually glue it to my pan, pushing it down a little bit so it is nicely secured. And this is how it turned out. I really like this one. This is probably my favorite project out of all 5 today. I think it turned out so beautiful and so rustic, even farmhouse, but high-end. Tell me what you think about this one. Okay, and now let's see how I did. So there was $24.29 and mine was $2. So what do you think? I think I did pretty good. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is part of the collaboration, high-end dupe collaboration with these amazing friends of mine, talented crafters on the YouTube. The friends that actually collaborated with me are Lisa over at Lisa and Company. Then there is Rhonda over at The Distressed Princess DIY, and also there is Ellie at Actually Ellie. I am sure you guys heard of them, but if you haven't, please check out my description box. There will be links to everyone's channels. You will not regret it. Also, there will be playlists to see what everybody else created. Alrighty, dupe number 2. I saw these hanging shelves, and as soon as I saw them, I loved them. They're so, so beautiful. I love how rustic they look. And of course, they were $30. And I knew I could recreate this for way less. So I went ahead and gotten these paint sticks from Home Depot, I believe, and they're only $1, 3 pieces. And I marked 8 inches, so 2 of those 8 inches fit in one on one paint stick, and then I had to use only 2, which was 50 cents. And then after cutting with my miter saw, I am sanding the ends. Now on one of them, I'm measuring 1.5 inches on each side where I am going to drill the holes. Now, after I was done with that, it is time to assemble it. I'm going to use a Gorilla wood glue and a hot glue to assemble these. First I assembled 2 at a time in an L shape, and then after that I put those 2 together in a square shape. Now if you have a shadow box from anywhere, from Dollar Tree or anywhere else, you can certainly do that. Just take the backing off and that's it. I did not have it, so I wanted to show you a different way to do it. Alrighty, now that everything is done and set, I left it overnight to dry. Now I'm taking my Folk Art Adirondack white chalk paint, and I am painting this full coat. Okay, after that I'm taking my gray chalk paint by Martha Stewart and chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I am just distressing it. I wanted this to look rustic, very rustic, similar to the picture. And I apologize, I'm kind of losing my voice. I know it doesn't sound nice, but bear with me. Okay, when everything was done and dried, I'm taking this cord, white cord. I got this at Hobby Lobby a long time ago for $2.99 and 40% off, and I still have it. So I am going to put a little bit of hot glue on one end, twist it to be able to push through the holes. I probably could have drilled a little bit larger holes, but I didn't want this wood to crack. Either way, I was able to push it through, and then I tied a knot, and I did the same thing on the other side, creating this hanging part. And this is how it looks like. I think it's so beautiful, so adorable. I don't know, I absolutely love it. There's so many different colors on Amazon to choose from. Of course, white is my always color to go to, and I absolutely love it. Tell me what you think about this one. Okay, now let's see. Theirs was $30.99 for one. It doesn't say for 4, and mine was 50 cents. I think I did pretty good. What do you think? Okay, dupe number 3. For this project, I went ahead and saw this beautiful wooden decorative chain, and it was $24.99. And I know this is wood, but I knew I would be able to recreate it and make the similar effect using something else. So I've gotten clay. So I took a clay and I started rolling it out. And then after I rolled out the length that I wanted, I just pressed it down with the spatula that I had just to make it a little more flat, but not completely square, just like a little more flat. And then I created that chain hoop, put it together, and I did that with all 5 pieces. And then I left this to dry completely overnight. After everything was completely dried, I went ahead and gotten my chalk paint in the color gray by Martha Stewart, and I distressed it. So I went with a chippy brush and distressed it everywhere where I thought it needed distressing to make it look like wood. Again, you can use any color you want. This is just what I did, and my clay was already a light in color, so it fits perfectly. And after that, here it is. I think it looks so beautiful. I cannot believe that it really, really looks similar to it. And I understand it's not wood, but you know, I think it still gives the similar effect, and I really like it. Tell me what you think about this one. And now let's see how I did. Theirs was $24.99 and mine was only 20 cents because I took only a little piece of the clay. What you think about this? For all of you new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jelena. I'm stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. I always loved crafting, doing DIY projects on a budget. Has to be on a budget. I love doing rustic farmhouse style, but I like to try something else as well. And if this sounds good to you, I would invite you to watch my other videos, look through my channel. Hopefully you'll like them enough to stick around. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as other videos. It gets my video promoted on YouTube and it means so much to me. Also, if you're new, consider subscribing with the notification bells on so you don't miss any of my future videos. Subscription is completely free. I'm on a social media on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook where I share a lot of my projects. Come join me, say hi, connect with me. I would love to get to know you. And my regular upload times, I'm still Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, but as you can see, sometimes that changes because of the collaborations and challenges. I tried always to let you know in advance. Okay, dupe number 4. This one was so simple. I saw this curtain holder, drape holder, and it's just beautiful. But for 2, they're asking $13.99, and this, as you can already see, is so simple. So I went ahead and gotten nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, so just one little piece, and larger beads. I believe those are the largest I have, maybe 25 millimeters, and then little pieces of magnet. So now, since my beads don't have a large opening, I didn't want to drill it, so I just decided to hot glue the nautical rope on one side of the bead, and I did the same thing on the other side. But if you want, you can drill through it and just then hot glue the cord, or actually rope, inside of it. Then I put a little bit of hot glue in the holes, and I put the magnet in. And then if you drill the holes, you can make the magnet, put the bigger magnet, but this one works well too. So this is how it looks like. I don't have any drapes in my house, so I took just a little blanket to show you how it looks like. But guys, this was no-brainer. It was so easy to make, and I think it looks so beautiful. It actually has that farmhouse, but also nautical touch to it. Tell me what you think about this one. So now, as we saw, theirs was $13.99 for 2, and mine was $1 for 2. I think I did pretty good. What do you think? And now the last dupe for today. These 2 vases were $34.99, and I absolutely love the texture on them. So this one I could consider maybe a fail, half success. So I'm gonna have you decide. I thought that I needed to create that texture, so I actually took these 2 jars that I had left over from things, from food. I took the labels off, and then after that I gave them one good coat of this Adirondack white chalk paint by Folk Art. This is how they look like when it was done. And then I decided to start with a little one, and then take this compound from Dollar Tree, and I decided to just speckle it on this jar. Now, first it didn't go smoothly as I wanted it to go, but I was thinking, okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. When I decide to pull the lines, it's not gonna be so visible. So I took a comb and I decided to go ahead and just pull the lines. Well, that didn't do anything. It actually started crumbling, and it was just a mess. So I took all the speckling off and started from the beginning. Now I'm taking this ivory chalk paint, and I mixed it with a little bit of antique wax and white chalk paint, and also this kind of orangey coral color, and I got beautiful, I don't even know how to explain this beautiful tan grayish pinkish color. So I gave everything one good coat, and then I took a chippy brush and this gray chalk paint by Martha Stewart, and I decided to pull the lines pretty much. Very faded faint lines. And then I did the same thing horizontally and vertically, and this is how it looks like. So pretty much I created illusion of those lines, not really made indentations. Now, when I went to the smaller one, of course, that didn't turn out that well because it still had some speckling on it, but I loved the larger one, definitely. So now I took a little bit of jute twine, wrapped it several times around the neck of the jar, and then tied, not even knot, just like one loop, and secured it with a hot glue. And I did the same thing with the second one. So as I said, at the end, I love how the large one turned out. It really gives the similar effect. So it doesn't have to be texture-wise the same, but it gives the same effect. And I don't think that you can see so good on a camera. In a real life, you can see those lines, and I really like it. The second one, the smaller one, it didn't really turn out so well. But generally looking, I love these vases. It's just, if you're looking at them as dupes, the small one really didn't turn out as well, as good. I want you guys to tell me, what do you think about this? Which one of these projects was your favorite? Tell me in the comments down below. And if you're new, introduce yourself. I would love to get to know you. And subscribe if you're new. Okay, so now we can see there's a $34.99 and mine were free, of course. And the sizes are pretty much the same when I was measuring. So I think I did pretty good. I really hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to check out my description box for the playlist to see what everybody else created. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.